I hope your day is full of mustard and relish and mayo and angel dust. It's not angel's dust, guys. You'll find out more about that in this week's episode with Jason Ellis. We have an amazing episode of Shenk for you with comedian, skateboarder Jason Ellis. But before we get into this week's episode of Shenk with Jason Ellis, I just have a few dates I want to plug. I will be at the Brea Improv on May 14th with Kim Congdon. We have Josh Potter featuring, so definitely come out to that. And then I will be at Oxnard Levity Live on May 15th with Kim Congdon and also Josh Potter on that as well. And then I will be in Detroit at the House of Comedy May 23rd and May 24th. I will be coming to Side Splitters in Tampa. Let me find the date on that. June 28th, I will be in Soul Joe's in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, August 23rd. And August 24th, I will be in New Jersey at the Stress Factory. So come out to that as well. Also, Texas dates coming soon. I will be in Houston and Tyler, Texas. Not sure on the dates on that, so be sure to check back here for that as well. And I believe I'll have some Austin dates shortly as well. And then make sure you guys check out my new series, Shenk on the Street. It's a collab that I'm doing with Jam in the Van, where I go to different conventions and talk to different people. I did a vampire convention. The latest episode is a Dragon Ball Z convention. Share it with your friends. And if you're liking this podcast, share it, rate it, review it. We're trying to get these views up. So if you like listening to Shenk, tell your friends about it. Spread the word. Spread the gospel of Shenk. It's the least you could do. I'm here for you every week for years for free. All right, guys, let's do it. Let's get into this week's episode of Shenk with the one, the only Jason Ellis. Guys, here it is. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Shenk. I'm Sara Weinshenk, and today's guest is the one, the only Jason Ellis.
The one and only Jason Ellis.
Yeah. Yay.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for coming back on the pod.
I can't stop loving your boots. I'm going to love them the whole time.
I love that you love them.
I really, really love them.
You do?
Yeah.
They're Betty Boop. If you're just listening to the audio, they're pink Betty Boop cowgirl boots.
I love pink.
You do?
I do. I'm not gay anymore, but I still rock pink.
What happened? You said I'm done being gay?
I got sober and realized I'm a sex addict.
Oh.
And it was like, if you're like, dudes are just easy to come on.
Yeah.
Like girls, you got to like go out. You got to like talk a lot.
Right.
And then you come on them.
Right.
Guys, you just come on them.
You just come on them and then never talk to them again?
Yeah, they would like that. They like it when I'm like, now go away.
They like that.
Yeah. And it was also, I'm a nice person, believe it or not, and I don't like making you feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you're in love with me, because I have sex with your soul, and you like think, oh my God, I think he's the one.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I need to come on like 5 more people today. And they're like, really? And then I'm like, oh man, okay, I still like it. I don't like you, but I'll say that I do because I don't want to.
Because you don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah, but a guy, they're like, so you're gonna go come on somebody, and I'm like, mm-hmm, and they're like, okay, bye. They don't care.
They don't care.
So it was just like it became a convenience.
But you still like fashion and stuff.
Yeah,
even though you're no longer
that part
gay.
of me is still gay.
Yeah,
it's just the dudes don't touch me is where I'm at on that.
Okay.
Which is
freeing.
I'm also not into whores.
You're not into whores?
My favorite woman
Are
was
you in a relationship now?
I just started seeing somebody.
Okay.
A new person.
A new person?
Yeah.
Oh shit, you out here.
Where'd
you meet the new person?
They hit on me through Instagram after seeing me do a comedy show.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did that feel good?
Yeah.
What?
Can you tell it feels good?
Yeah.
Because usually it'd be like, you're kind of cute, I guess, but you're not funny. But they were like, wow, he's really funny.
So they slid in your DMs after a show?
To me.
Yeah.
Slid into my DMs. I didn't slide. I did no sliding.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was. Yeah, but she does stuff. She's an athlete.
She's an athlete?
Yeah, she's an ice skater.
An ice skater?
Yeah, she showed me video, and I was like, shit, right, you ice skate. And then she showed me, and she does the bzzz, and then boom. And I'm like, nah, you can do the spinny thing?
She can?
Yeah.
Have you been ice skating with her?
No, but we're gonna, because I was like, we got to do a video where I'll skid towards you and you skid towards me, and then we'll scissor and you can hit your box on my penis.
No.
Yeah.
That's what you guys are gonna do?
Yeah.
Well,
I can take it.
So an ice skater slid into your DMs.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. She got abs.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, she's an athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where can you even skate in LA? Is there a rink?
She's not from LA.
Oh.
She's
You're
down.
importing them now.
Yeah, she's a Costa Mesa, Long Beach kind of vibe.
Okay.
But I like it. I'm taking it easy. That's the other thing. I usually just go, like, here's my credit card. I'm like, take it easy, Like
You're taking
like
it
this
easy.
is big that I just stated that I'm seeing somebody.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah, because that's the other thing. Now that I'm sober, I don't like sleeping with a lot of people. I used to want to sleep with everybody. Now I just want to sleep with one person.
Yeah.
So
You're
once I
monogamous
say-
now.
Big time, which I was the worst kind of whore ever.
Well, because you're a sex addict and then also an addict, so it's all connected.
Yeah, and from childhood damage, it's like if you have sex with me, it means you love me, which is not true, but that's how I saw it.
Yeah, no, in my 20s, I thought that too.
Yeah, well, I'm basically a 20-year-old who's 53.
Yeah.
I have the brain of like a 16-year-old.
I mean, same. I
Yeah.
feel like most of us that do stand up identify as like internally being stunted.
Yeah, okay.
Like in my head, I'm like 14. And then I'm like, what do you mean I have to pay taxes?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that was a whopper for me too.
Yeah, like every year it's still shocking to me. I'm like, I know that it keeps happening, but why is it still so fucked up and shocking?
Does it still count? Do you still have to pay taxes this year?
Yeah, no, I know. I
Can't the tariffs fix it?
I thought Elon was getting rid of the IRS.
Somebody was getting rid of it. I don't know.
I don't know what's happening with the government either.
I don't care anymore. I'm just
Me
ready
either.
to fight
You're ready to fight?
at all times.
Do you fight? You boxing?
Yeah.
What about Muay Thai? Do you do that?
I used to. My legs are like I got stem cells in my knees and in my ankles and stuff. And it's like I got to go to Colombia to get stem cells. So I tend to want to baby them a little bit now. And I still skateboard. And like I don't have a lot of cartilage left in my knees. I've had a lot of knee surgeries. And it's like knee replacements are on the cards for me. And when you get one, you can't get another.
Really?
You get one. So I don't want to do it until I'm like real old, because for how old I am, I still roll like a child. Like I skate like a 13-foot high vert ramp like a moron, and I skate hard, and I box, and I run, I jump, I snowboard, I do stuff still.
Right.
And I don't know what I'd do if it was over now. Like I'm not done. Like it's like if the doctor's like, hey, you can't do sports anymore, I'd be like, oh, I don't know if that's like an option for me. I need to still like punch people.
Yeah.
It's fun.
You love punching people?
I love punching people.
what
I
about-
love getting punched.
You love getting punched?
Hell yeah. I'm super good at it.
Like you're not like, well, what
I
about
have a big
concussions
head.
and shit?
Huh?
What about concussions and shit?
I'm built different.
What do you mean?
CTE doesn't do the same as, like, a lot of people have, no offense, but they have weak heads
Yeah.
and like maybe like sensitive brains.
Yeah.
Not me.
Really? Mm-hmm. Dude, your skull's working overtime.
I'm a big dumb animal.
What about, okay, so since the last time I saw you, I think you have more hairless cats.
Yeah, I rescued 2.
So you have 3 hairless
Yeah.
cats, but what are their names? Because you had Rumble,
Rumblebean.
Rumblebean,
Rumblebean is my boy, still
Yeah.
my baby boy. And now I have Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
Do those ones smell like Play-Doh kind of too?
Balls.
I didn't, okay, when I smelled Rumble.
Here, put your hands in my pants.
When I
And then bring it up.
That smells like your cat. When I smelled Rumble, he smelled like Play-Doh kind of.
Nah. Put your hands in my pants.
It smells just like your cat's.
Virtually identical.
Really? So your hairless cats, all
I
three
have
of them
hairless
smell
cats in my pants right now.
Well, it is weird because they kind of are the same texture as balls.
Yes, that's why they smell the same.
It's weird.
I'm used to it.
You are?
Yeah, like,
Do you have dogs too?
Yeah.
How many?
4.
You have a fucking menagerie.
Yeah, and a dragon and a horse.
You have a horse?
Mm-hmm.
Have you always had a horse?
No, I had a horse with my ex-girlfriend, and then when I broke up with her, I was not allowed to see that horse anymore. And then I told Whitney Cummings about it, and Whitney was like, you can see my horse whenever you want. And then when she introduced me to him, we like really linked up hard. And she was like, whoa, you guys are like soulmates. So now I see him every day. And she's like, it's our horse.
That's cute.
She told me that today for the first time. I almost cried.
That's so cute.
But I love him.
What's
we do
his
tricks
name?
together. I'm not supposed to say.
You're not supposed to say?
Because she's a celebrity and people would try to see him.
Oh.
So his name is none of your business.
You can't say the name of Whitney's horse.
No, I will not. She could say it, but I will not. I respect.
Out of respect for Whitney
Hell yeah.
and for the horse.
And for him, yeah. But he does horse wheelies on command. I do this and he'll do it with me, like he copies me. Girls at the ranch, they're like, wow, you're so good with the horse. And I'm like, he's already smart. And now he knows like I'm his buddy, so he copies me.
Right.
So he chases me around and stuff. We just play like
what color
little
is he,
kids.
since you can't
He's all white.
He is?
Like me.
He's all white like you?
Yeah. That sounds weird with this many
sweet.
tattoos, huh? I didn't mean that in a negative way. Like, if he was all black, I'd also enjoy his company.
Hell yeah, very inclusive of you.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Do you ride him?
No.
No? Do you ride horses?
Yeah, bareback, though.
Okay.
I don't need a saddle.
So you don't want to ride this horse?
I'll ride him.
He's just your buddy?
It's not time yet. And that's the thing. Like, things have changed with, like, my connection with this horse is, like, he knows if I say stuff in my head, he hears it and answers it.
What do you mean? You have a telepathic like what?
Like, if I tell him to come over to me without saying it, I just think it, he comes over.
No.
Yeah. No lie.
You just look at him?
Yep. And I say it, and he'll be like over at the fence, and I'll go.
No.
And he turns around and comes over to me.
You
First couple of times I was like, it's coincidence.
Yeah.
But I don't read, and now I read a book about horses because I want to learn more about.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because they match your energy, right? They can pick up on energy.
It's crazy. Like I've been through I lost my best friend recently.
I'm sorry.
And I was there with him every day, and I would like hang out in his stable with him, and he would console me when he knew I got sad about it, like because he could feel it. And I'm like, is this real? Like because I'm not one of those people where I go bullshit. Like old me listening to this me right now would be like, shut up, hippie.
Right.
But I can't deny it. It's real. Like I get sad. I don't say anything. And he comes over to console me because he knows. And he's connected to me.
That's so wild.
Like we hang out, we talk. And that's the other thing. Because of him, I understand people better. Like talking is cool, but I understand people's energy that I've always had the ability. I just wasn't paying attention to it.
Right.
But like I can sense if somebody likes me, if they don't like me, if they're having a bad time.
Right.
If we could be good friends or not. Right. Without them saying anything. You don't have to go, oh, I skate too. Like, I don't care. I don't care if you skate. Like, I can tell that we're good for each other.
Right.
It's like, he really, like, there's another side that I never knew existed. I thought I knew me. And this horse showed me another whole side of me that I didn't know existed.
Now I'm like, I guess I need to have some type of relationship with a horse.
You can come if you want. I'll introduce you to him.
I want to meet the horse.
He's a good guy.
Do you feed him apples?
Yep. I have treats.
What kind of treats does he eat? Like,
I don't like to talk about it, but
why you don't want people to know what kind of treats Whitney Cummings' horse likes?
Yep.
Okay. You're very protective of this horse.
I am very protective of him.
It's a type of therapy. It's called, What is it called?
Yeah, they do it.
I think it's like equine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you type that in?
Yep.
Yeah, I've done it.
That's wild, dude.
It's amazing.
So how long have you been seeing this horse for?
Like 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
But it's if I don't have to go anywhere, I see him every morning.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's sweet.
Yeah. I stopped going to the gym as much because I see him instead.
But you've never ridden him. But do you want to?
Yeah.
But you're
But
working your way
It's
there.
not important. It used to be before I understood horses. Like if someone was like, do you want to go horse riding? I'd be like, well, I need to meet the horse first to see if they
Because
want.
I've met some horses and their vibes are off.
Yeah. Well, that might be your vibe too.
Maybe it is.
They could sense it.
I show up with a bad energy and they pick up on it.
Maybe. Or
scared.
Yeah, that. Or you're not trying to connect with them. And if you just want to ride them, then they're a slave.
No, but I don't want to just ride them. I want to connect with a horse.
That's how I am. Like if someone's like, do you want to ride a horse? I'm like, let me meet the horse. And if I think the horse wants me to ride him, then yeah.
Well, but do you think this horse wants you to ride him?
Mm-hmm.
So are you playing hard again? What?
No, I'm not doing it until Whitney's there. First time.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm waiting for her to be like, you guys should go. But once that happens, that's the other thing. It's not about that. Like, I would love to ride him, cruise around everywhere, but I have more fun
connecting with
standing next to him. Like, we hug in the sun.
Does he, like, nuzzle you and shit?
Sometimes he lies on the ground, wants me to lie next to him.
What do you mean? He lies down like a dog?
Yeah.
And then, do you lie down on the ground, too?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys cuddle?
Cuddling. He's 1,200 pounds.
He is?
So cuddling's probably not a good idea. I'm pretty strong, but I don't know if I could take that buddy roll.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to find out either. But I make him do wheelies. He does wheelies next to me now where his front feet are near my face. And
so he's just like...
I make him rear up with a nod. He's
you just do that and he knows?
I took a photo the other day where I had the phone on a tree on a 5-second timer, and I was like, oh. And he reared up right next to me while I went, what's up, in front of the camera. And then I said it to Whitney, and she was like, she was so happy. She's like, you guys are like serious soulmates. Like, we are.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
I'm such a fan. Like, he is my best friend.
Really? So before this, have you ever had any close relationships with horses?
One. The horse before, it was my girlfriend's friend's horse where no one was paying attention to him, so I washed him. And that's when my first connection with a horse, where he looked at me in a way where he was like, wait, are you my friend? And I was like, I'm willing to be, you know? And then we would go on walks, and then we would ride. And then people were like, you riding him with no saddle? And I'm like, yeah, like he wants me to. And everyone's like, you got a lot of riding background? I'm like, no. And they're like, that's crazy. And I'm like, I don't know. He seems to be pretty cool with it. So.
That's fucking wild.
And then that was where I got my passion for horses. And then when I met her horse, it was like straight away, I knew it. Like we were just friends. It's like we already knew each other.
That's crazy.
And now it's like we just walk around everywhere and he follows me.
So you're with this horse like every day?
Mm-hmm.
And then on the days you're not with the horse, are you skateboarding? Are you in the...
So,
what is a day in the life of Jason Ellis? Walk us through it.
Well, I meditate. I wake up, I meditate, I get cats off my face.
What time are you waking up?
Usually like 6:30.
You're waking up at 6:30?
If I do a late show, like so I go to bed at like 2 or 3, then I wake up at like 7:30.
How? You don't need more sleep than that?
That sounds cool, but nah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds
You
cool.
wake up at 7:30?
Yeah, I can't sleep in. I got stuff to do. I could die soon. I don't have time.
Oh my God.
For that.
I'm sleeping in, bitch.
Yeah, but
if I'm going to die,
you hit the vape pen all day.
not all day.
Well,
I hit it right before you got here.
And the other time before that, when was that?
I just got this vape pen yesterday.
Right, but that's not the first time you hit it yet.
Yesterday?
You've smoked that pen a couple of times today, right?
Yes.
Good for you.
I confess, I did, Jason.
Don't make it.
Are you a narc?
No, I'm not. Have fun.
I did hit the vape a couple times today, Jason.
Have fun with it. I'm happy for you. I just don't. I got to make up for lost time. I wasted time.
You wasted time. How did you waste it? Getting fucked up?
Yeah.
Well, what were your drugs of choice?
Everything.
Have you done heroin?
Oh yeah.
How many times?
I don't know.
Have you done PCP?
Yep.
You did PCP?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
No. Isn't that a violent and dangerous drug?
Nah.
I learned about it in Dare, Jason. It's called Angel's Dust. That's what they said.
That's not.
That's what they said.
It's not Angel's Dust. It's Angel Dust.
Oh.
Weirdo.
Well, sorry. I don't know.
No, you don't. That's what I'm trying to say.
At Catholic school.
It's called Angel's Dust, okay? that tells me you haven't. But good for you.
I've never done PCP.
You shouldn't.
What happened to you when you did PCP?
The first time I did it, I was with this girl and I duct taped her to a couch.
No. Are you fucking for real?
Everything I say is for real.
Why did you duct tape her to a couch?
Because I wanted to squirt condiments on her and laugh.
Wait, you did PCP and then you were like...
She did it too.
You guys were both on PCP and you're like, I need to put mustard and ketchup on this bitch?
Yeah.
No. And what else?
I didn't say she was a bitch.
Well, I said that.
Yeah, I just clarifying that's what you said that.
Yeah, on this kind lady. You said, I'm going to duct tape this.
She's my friend. She's a nice lady.
You're going to duct tape this kind lady to the couch and pour some condiments on her?
Yeah, and then she was like, ew, don't. And I was like, a little bit more. And then she's like, we were laughing together. It was funny. And then I untaped her and then we went to a junkyard and had sex.
What?
Yeah. And it was pretty cool.
So did the PCP tell you to put condiments on her?
No, I did.
And then what? Idea. And then what?
Well, we laughed. It was very funny.
Yeah. Was she like in her underwear? Or clothed? Or you don't remember?
I'm trying to. She had some clothes on. Not much.
And then what happened? You just squirted ketchup and mustard on her? What other condiments?
Just that. That's all I had. Mustard and ketchup. I think mayonnaise too, because I was in Canada.
Mayo?
I was in Canada. But it was like funny. I was squirting her in the face, and she was like, "Not in the face," and I was like, "Yeah, in the face."
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was fun. And then when I wiped it off, that's when I was like, "Hey, it'd be a good idea if we had sex," because I was wiping off her boobies, and that triggered it.
Did you call her a hot dog? I would have called her a hot dog.
You're a funnier guy than me.
Like you're a hot dog.
I lost my comedy ability when I saw the Tatars.
Oh, you did. Yeah. That's crazy, Jason. How many other times have you been on Angel Dust? I feel like a mom. Like, Angel's Dust?
Stop saying that.
It's cringe for him when I say Angel's Dust. Look, he gets embarrassed. He gets embarrassed.
I don't know her, just for the record. I've never met this lady in my life.
He's losing street cred because I'm saying.
Yeah, you're fucking my street cred big time.
Angel's Dust. Yes. I learned that in Dare, Jason.
You didn't learn it. You need to learn it again.
Oh my God. Yeah. Have you done it any other times? PCP?
Yeah. I smoked it a couple times.
What else happened?
Just, party. I think maybe the worst thing I ever did was like run through a fence.
Why?
I just felt like I could make it through the other side.
You could run through the fence?
Yeah.
Did you get very hurt?
No, I made it through.
Well, you're a survivor.
No, I was on PCP. It makes you feel invincible. If you smoke enough of it.
Oh, yeah. You ran through a fence, covered a chick in condiments.
Yeah. Had sex in a junkyard.
That's crazy.
Is it?
Covering someone, duct taping?
You've never had sex in a junkyard?
No, I think I'm good on that.
Oh, you must.
10 out of 10 would do it again.
I highly recommend. Oh, yeah. Noah would never do it again.
You wouldn't?
No.
Why? You just need
because
to
I don't
do
do
it
drugs
once.
and I don't have any interest in running from life anymore.
Right.
I like it. I like
don't
the
like-
bad.
I don't like the aesthetic of a junkyard.
Oh, I do.
What about
Rusty
it?
cars and stuff. It's
Oh
cool.
no, that's gross to me.
Nah, it's dirty.
You like that?
I feel like there's a zone you can get in where bit of dirt, it's good.
So did she shower before you guys?
Oh hell no. No,
Fresh out of
we
the
lived in a skateboard in a clubhouse where there wasn't even a shower. I think she showered in the gym, but I used to get somebody to hose me with a fire hose out the front with shorts on. That was my shower.
Wait, what kind of clubhouse was this?
It was called the clubhouse.
And it was a bunch of
Skate park. It was an
skateboarders
indoor skate park.
that you lived at?
Yeah.
For how long?
Like 4 months or something until that's when I started making money as a skateboarder. And when I first started getting paid, it's when I got my first apartment by myself. in
How old were you
Vancouver.
when you did that?
20s, something.
So 20s when you put condiments on this nice lady.
Mm-hmm. I did more than that before 20s.
What else did you do?
One time I shut up heroin with 2 prostitutes. That's how I got into it. I moved back to Australia and I
Did
started.
they bring the heroin?
Yeah, well, I didn't try. My theory was because I used to get hookers and they had, because they were junkie hookers.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
Were you
like,
afraid to have sex with junkie hookers?
now, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm afraid to have sex with anybody. But then
Why? Because physically, emotionally, mentally.
all of it. Like, you don't know me.
Yeah,
If you
like you're a
if you want to have
stranger.
sex with me and you don't know me, there's something wrong with you. There is. Like, you thought you find me attractive. The fuck happened to you? You know? It's okay. I know what I look like. It's okay. I'm okay with it. But it's also, if you
Well,
don't know
how do
me,
you? Why? Maybe you're just someone's type.
yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you? If I'm your type,
Like their dad wasn't around.
yeah, there's those. It's all those kinds of signs. Yeah,
Yeah, I could see that.
yeah. So if you know me and we hang out for a couple of weeks, then and you're like, I really like you and I want to have sex with you. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
But
you
at
seem
first sight, like I must have this man, lady. You got problems. It's okay, but it is. That's the thing. It was usually those are the girls that I liked girls where they were witches. I always have sex with witches. I always have sex with people that are prostitutes or used to be prostitutes.
When you say witches, you mean practicing spell work?
Yeah, yeah.
How do you know?
Even tarot card hoes.
There's nothing wrong with a tarot card, though.
Do you know how many times I have sex with somebody and they go, let me do the tarot
Let
card?
me
And
do
I'm
the
like,
reading.
wait, are you a witch? And they're like, well, kind of. And I'm like, fuck, what is with witches and Jason?
How many witches do you think you've been with, give or take?
50 to 100?
You've been with 50 to 100 witches, Jason? That's insane.
At least. Yeah, that was my type for a while.
Did they look witchy?
Now that I look back, yep. But at the time, it was just like,
Were they kind of
yeah.
like goth?
Yeah, well, a lot of goth chicks are witches. It's like this, I got a hairless cat, I got a neck tattoo, I got a, I got OnlyFans, I got, there's like these little things that are like, you should have known, but I was just more like, I don't want to have sex with people that are worried about the light. Like I said, like,
Yeah.
like you want to turn that, you want a mood lighting. Like, I don't want a mood lighting. Like,
You don't want mood lighting?
I mean, now that's cool.
Yeah.
But then I want it raw. I don't worry about what your butthole looks like. Show me your fucking butthole. Like, I'm gonna eat it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a monster. Like, it was rough. And I don't mean rough like that was the other thing. Girls will choke me, and I'm like, I know what I look like, but I really don't like that. Like, and if I know you and I know like the level of choke, like, I'm not hurting anybody. I don't want to hurt. I have no interest in doing that. But girls see me and think that that's what they're gonna get, and they're not.
And you
they're
don't
not.
like choking girls?
I have liked it,
Yeah.
but do I just like? Is that one of my go-to moves? No. And it's like
Right,
a thing
but
that
I
when I
feel like
first hook up
when
with a girl,
people
she's like,
see you-
choke me, motherfucker. And I'm like, no, choke yourself. What the fuck? No, I don't want to do that. Slap me. And I'm like, if you see my head, no. Like, I'll slap you unconscious. Like, like I'm not, you want to slap, I'll slap you. And you might not like it. So let's just like not do that.
Right.
I'm like a slow, like, can it get rough? Yeah.
You're like, I will tape you to the couch and throw some condiments on you, but I will not fucking choke you.
That wasn't a setup for sex. That was a.
That was just
we were being funny.
a funny activity.
Yeah, we were like, we're so high. Like, I got duct tape, and I think I just duct taped to the couch, and she was like, I can get out, and I was like, now you can't.
But did you get condiments on the couch?
Oh yeah.
That's my nightmare. Condiments on my couch.
Everywhere, all over the carpet, everywhere. But that place, like the room that I duct taped, there was like skateboard pads everywhere. Like, it was disgusting. Bong water. It was a terrible place to have sex. Disgusting.
What's the most disgusting place you've had sex?
Wow,
I'm scared.
I haven't been asked that. Let me think. Wow.
Junkyard?
No, that was fine.
That's where you feel most at home.
No, that's not. Wait, I'm not the junkyard dog. It was just kinky, is what it was. And
Okay.
I hadn't done it.
Okay.
I mean, there's been some crack dens.
How many crack dens? Have you done crack?
Fuck yeah.
What happens when you do crack? You start cleaning?
No, yeah, I don't get that. That's
What
the
did-
last thing that I wanted to do.
What did you want to do? Like grind your
More
teeth?
crack?
That makes sense.
That's usually where that one leads to.
Yeah.
You're like, let me get another rip. Yeah.
How do you smoke crack? I don't know.
Really?
You smoke crack.
I think you know the answer. Are you trying to sound like a child?
Well, I don't fucking know. I called it
You
angel's
really don't
dust.
know. You don't know.
smoke crack.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Confirm
smoke
it.
crack.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I didn't realize how sassy you get. You're getting sassy.
You're acting stupid and you're not that dumb.
I just want to confirm that that's how you do crack. I don't know. I think you do.
You can shoot up coke, but once you make it crack, it's freebased.
Okay.
So it's a rock.
Okay. What about
Pretty hard to shoot up a
opium?
rock. Yeah, I used to smoke opium when I was a kid.
How young?
Poppy flower, we would slash them and then roll it on a cigarette.
And what happens when you smoke opium?
It's kind of high. It's nothing too strong. It's not like the real shit. Like if you're mainline heroin, that's like as high as I've ever got.
Oh, what about ketamine?
Yeah, I used to do ketamine a lot. A friend of mine was like, my doctor gave me ketamine spray. I was like, your doctor? He's like, yeah, I could connect you with the doctor if you want. And I'm like, and he'll give me ketamine spray.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I call the guy and he gives me the spray and it says on the bottle, 2 pumps in each nostril 3 times a day. And I was just cranking that shit.
Yeah.
And I would go through customs and they're like, what's this? And I'm like, it's ketamine. It's prescription. It's got my
And what'd
name
they
on
say?
it. Nothing. You could do it.
You could take ketamine through customs?
I took it to Colombia. Like I had it, like I was like, psh, psh, and then talking to the customs inspector.
Whoa.
It's my medicine.
Are you in a K-hole talking to customs?
Couple times. Then I started doing so much and my nose would block up. And then I told the doctor, and he's like, I'll give you some lozenges. And you just put it under your tongue.
So you switched from spray to lozenge. I didn't even know there was lozenges. I just knew there was spray.
I had both. So when my nose would stop working from doing so much ketamine, then I would go to lozenges. And then when my nose would clear up, then back into the...
And then how'd you stop doing so much ketamine? When you got sober?
K-holed a couple of times. One time I hadn't done it for a while because it started to fix me where it didn't do the same thing. And I was like, oh, I don't really feel that good about it anymore. So I stopped doing it. And then one time I was skating at Tony's in San Diego and I fucking snapped my MCL off.
Oh.
And it was pretty painful. And I was kind of bummed because I was like, oh, that's a surgery and rehab. And when you've hurt yourself as much as me, it's not so much the pain. It's more, how much rehabilitation and surgery stuff that you're going to go through.
Yeah,
and it's like
the process of recovery.
This is going to be a long time. It's heartbreaking because I'm like, I'm going to be on crutches. Like they're gonna like I'm gonna be knocked out, woke up, and like I got a dead man's ligament like fused in my leg and stuff.
Yeah.
So I had the lozenges in my center console of my car, and I was like, oh, it's a little bit good for pain, I remember. And so part of me was like, I'm doing it responsibly. And then the other part was, I'm pretty sad that I just snapped my MCL off, so I'm just going to
I need to dissociate.
Yeah, which is one of my evil traits. So I popped 2 under the tongue, and I started driving, and I forgot. And I'm driving, and it was right when I got to Camp Pendleton. And do you know what Camp Pendleton is?
Yeah, the army base.
So it's military base.
Yeah.
You can't pull off on the military base, especially if you're high on ketamine. So it kicks in, and I know the only reason I notice is I'm driving, and I start looking at the trees,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, those are cool. And I'm like, whoa. Wait, whatever those trees. I'm like, oh no, the ketamine is kicking in hard, and I can't focus on driving, but I'm in Camp Pendleton, so I can't pull over. And I'm like, I'm going into a K-hole. So I called my wife at the time, and I was like, hey, I think I'm going into a K-hole. Talk to me while I get through Camp Pendleton, because once I get to the other side, I'll pull over and K-hole out.
Yeah.
And she was like, what do you want me to say? And I'm like, just keep talking. Talk to me about not going into a K-hole. Like, stay focused, Jason. Stay focused. And she's like saying, stay focused on the speakerphone. And I'm like, I'm focused. You still there? I'm like, I'm there. Keep going. Keep talking. You got this. I'm like, I got this. She's like, you got to get it. I got to get it. I got it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it out of Camp Pendleton. And then I made it out of Camp Pendleton and parked it in front of a supermarket. As soon as I turned the car off, doof, gone. Lights, stars, moons flying around my head. I'm gone. K-hold.
For how long?
20 minutes.
And then you were back on the road.
And I woke up, back on the road. But that was the last time I did the lozenges.
Well, lozenges seem intense.
Everything I've done is too much, and I go, oh, you're going to die? Because it's innocent. Like, I do it innocently.
You're
and
like,
then
oh, that's so weird.
I'm like, man, the doctor gave it to me. How bad can it be? And then I was like, wait, that seemed like that was pretty bad. Like, I was in another dimension.
Yeah.
That can't be good. You know?
It can't be good.
And then everything I do is like, I couldn't drink anymore because it would trigger something in my heart. So then I started doing kratom. And then I'm like, I feel like I'm addicted to kratom. I was like, I'll stop. And then I couldn't stop.
I feel like a lot of people have that with kratom.
Dude, people lie about this shit all the time. You're gonna get triggered when they post this.
Why?
Because people are like, man, I used to be addicted to oxys,
Heroin,
and now I do kratom, and it saved my life. And I'm like, good, I'm happy for you, man. But people die from kratom. People OD from kratom. It's a fact. People that are in sober living have been in from kratom. I'm sponsoring someone right now who is in detox for kratom.
And
she is about to lose her fucking life to this stuff. It is and you can get it anywhere. Kids can get it. It's really dangerous, and I really don't like it when people recommend that you do it. But also, it's like, hey man, there's Budweiser commercials. People ruin their lives from alcohol, so it's a free country. But I think also it's not a bad thing for people like me to be out here going, hey, if you're going to do kratom, watch out because it could ruin your life. It has ruined people's lives. It has killed people. Has it killed as many people as alcohol and heroin? No, but it can. So I'm just putting it out there. Watch out. You never know. It could be you.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's
but if you want to do it, hey. Woo,
but they just sell it at like smoke shops, right?
Which is the other, and with no warning, where a lot of people right now might be listening and going, this guy does not know what he's talking about. I'm like, Google it. Don't Joe Rogan it. Google it. No offense
Jamie,
to
pull
him.
that up.
Yeah, Jamie will tell you to give you a discount code for it.
Yeah.
Watch out, because it can kill you. And the hardest thing is, it's like it's really hard to get off. I detoxed for 36 days.
Whoa. Did you go to rehab?
Nah.
Have you been to rehab?
Yeah.
How many times?
3.
How many days each time?
2 weeks.
2 weeks each time?
I think the first one was 1 week. One time I went to a rehab and I told the psychiatrist that I might be, because I did some gay shit, and I told him, and he was like, you shouldn't be in here. And then I called my brother and I was like, hey man, pick me up. They said I shouldn't be here. And then I immediately got back on drugs. And then that was because I was younger.
Yeah.
But then I went another 2 times. And when I left, I didn't get into, and this is not, once again, you can do whatever you want, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, the thing that saved me was I started, like, I actually went to meetings and got a sponsor and did the steps, did the work.
Right.
But I had to lose everything to want to, because to me, it was always like, I'm still rich. I'm still like one of the best skateboarders in the world. I'm still successful on the radio. Like,
Why would I clean up my life if I don't have to?
You're giving me advice. Like, I make more money than you. Like, why would I listen to you? And like this weird, holier than thou bullshit ego. And then when I lost my wife, that was like kind of the end for me, where I was like, I don't think anyone will ever date me again. Or that I'll never meet a person like her ever again. And I was like, bye. Like, I could give a shit about her, and then I regretted it.
Right. But you guys are friends now, right? Okay.
Yep, sure. I don't think she wants to see me, and I don't blame her because of the cheating and all that stuff.
Oh, you cheated.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you're a sex addict.
Yeah, with everybody. We had an open relationship, but I took that and...
Too far?
Man.
Did she hook up with people too, though?
She did, yeah, but not on my level. Like, every now and then she'd hook up with a guy.
Right.
While I hooked up with, 4 girls and 20 dudes.
Orgies. Isn't that overwhelming?
Everything. No, I used to like it.
Wait, how many chicks and how many dudes? That's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to.
Okay.
Everybody.
Everything. How many orgies?
Hundreds.
Hundreds?
All the time.
Do you have a favorite orgy experience?
Every day.
Which one? What's your favorite orgy? Top orgy, Jason.
I don't really like this.
You don't like this? You don't want to talk about it?
I'm not. That's not me anymore.
Okay.
I just did a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But you don't have like a favorite all-time orgy?
No,
like when I go to concerts, I'm like, that was my favorite concert.
Yeah, because you can still talk about it proudly. I don't talk about it proudly.
But like, there's been sex that I've had that was definitely a mistake, but it was still fun.
They were all a mistake.
Okay.
That's not me. I didn't want to do that.
Right.
And I feel like the worst part about it is why I don't want to talk about it is because I feel like a lot of people that were there also didn't know, but they didn't want to be there either. Because that's the thing. Like, I met a lot of people that were into that, that, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, that they're sex addicts.
Right.
And we were doing this to run from reality.
Right.
So it was like, everybody have sex with everybody now, go. And everyone would laugh and have so much fun. But I'm like, yeah, I was having fun too. But when I look back, it's like, I'm just running, man.
But then after you come, aren't you like, ugh? Is there a moment of like...
There was feelings of that. But I would also dose myself with drugs and alcohol in the right after I come, feeling like I feel like I need to get out of this house now that I've done that. And then I'd smoke weed, and then, somebody pull a titty out or whatever, and then we're back in again. So it just keeps going. Like, because I feel a bit guilty about, like, the gay stuff was always like, I didn't like it. Like, I feel like that's not really my type. And it seems a little off for me. So I drink or smoke weed or do kratom or do ketamine, and then that would burn that guilt away long enough for me to go back and do it again. And then I'd have to get high again to get away from the bit that I knew that I was like, dude, did you suck a dick? Ooh, that is not you, man.
Yeah.
And then I'd smoke more weed, drink, and then I'd forget it and then go back to do it again. And I just keep going.
A cycle.
Just keeps going.
Yeah.
Until you lose everything you care about.
Well, I'm glad that you're sober.
Me too.
Do you go to SLA meetings?
Yep. I go to old meetings. I'm addicted to everything. I go to everything.
You do? Which meetings do you go to? AA? SLA?
Yeah. I went to NA yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Do you like that one? Which?
Not really.
No?
Some of them I don't really like at all, but I go,
Yeah. I went to Al-Anon meetings a lot.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Sometimes I would go like twice in a day.
Yeah, because we're everywhere.
Yeah, addicts.
No, dudes.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you should go to those. I feel like going to meetings, even if you're not an addict, is something that
is positive.
It's open. You understand who you are. What you do, all the steps. You understand what your triggers are, why your childhood is connected to the things that you like and don't like, the way you react to things.
How many times have you done the steps?
I mean, one time really, but like I read them every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I
Do you go to meetings
sponsor
every day?
somebody, so I'm doing that with them.
Right.
Not every day. No, twice a week. Sometimes once a week. Sometimes I don't go for 2 weeks because I'm on the road, and then I don't get to go. But like I pray like 50 times a day. I meditate. I check myself through the day constantly. Like, why are you doing this? What is important in your day? Like, stop trying to fix stuff. Stop trying to make things work. Like, it's going to happen. What's going to happen is going to happen. Just be a good person. Work hard. Be there for people. You know, and then sometimes traffic and being in a hurry and you're like, oh, how many followers do I have? And you're like, oh. No. That's not, remember, that's not what you're about anymore. Like, what's going to happen is going to happen. Just be a good person. Try to help somebody in your life. Like, can you help somebody?
Yeah.
That's when I'm focused on that, I'm happy.
That makes sense.
Yeah. When I start worrying
when you're of service, you feel happy.
Like, is the comedy store ever going to acknowledge me? Like, dude, shut up. You know? Because I have to tell myself that. Like, I'm like, I
have to tell myself all kinds of shit like that all the time too. The inner dialogue.
Everybody here has to.
The inner dialogue.
We're all the same.
We're all mentally ill as fuck.
Yeah. When's my turn? It's like, dude, stop.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That's why the horse, it's never about that. Like,
the horse doesn't care how many Instagram followers you have.
He doesn't care if Emily ever knows my name. Because I don't think she does. But that's beside the point. See what I mean? I'm doing it right now.
You're doing it right now.
Like, why can't I be? Like, put my name on the wall, you know?
Yeah, we all do that.
Yeah.
And then someone else gets something and you're like, wait, what?
It's not important.
I know.
Yeah.
Come back to your breath.
What's important is the people you love and the people that love you, you're there for them. And you're there for yourself.
That's true.
That's it.
That's deep.
Care about nothing else.
How's comedy going?
Really good.
Yeah. How long have you been doing it now?
Like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. You seem like you're happy about how it's going.
Yeah. Things have taken a turn lately where I'm like, something happened. I don't know when or why or how, but like.
That's how it is. It's like suddenly you wake up and you're like, oh, I made some progress.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I don't know the day but all of a sudden now, like something connected to something, and now like writing jokes and putting them together and adding new things. The stuff I do now where I'm like, I didn't know I was going to do that. That was good.
Yeah.
And then like almost now where I'm like, I'll almost do it every time I do a set now. And I'm like, hey, don't expect that every time you get up. But it's been happening.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, you know, a bomb's coming pretty soon because it's been a good run, you know?
And there's always a bomb right around the corner.
Right. But I'm ready.
But then this is the thing, even if you do bomb or you have a good set, it doesn't matter because you still have to do it again.
And the bomb doesn't hurt like it used to.
Oh, yeah. When I used to
I'm
bomb.
like, it can happen, man. So, see you tomorrow.
Dude, when I used to bomb like a year in, it was devastating.
But that's passion. Do you know that's the day I knew that I was going to be a comedian?
Was when you
I bombed
and
and
I want to do it again.
I went home and was so devastated. And like, I couldn't shake it. Like, I couldn't eat. I was just sitting there and I was still married. And she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I don't want to talk about it. And then I couldn't sleep. I woke up in the middle of the night about it. And I was like, maybe this isn't for me. And I'm like, I got to do it again. I got to figure it out. And then it popped in my head where I was like, oh, this happened to you in skateboarding where you couldn't skate good enough. Yeah. And I was like, oh, because you love it. Because that's the other thing, being good at skating and fighting and radio and all these things that I've done where I get carried away and people think I'm cool and recognize me on the street. And I'm like, yeah, man, that's what it's about, money and fame and being cool. And then when it's said and done, you know, like to me, in skateboarding, what is the most important thing that I got from skateboarding? I could skateboard real good because I loved it so much and I put in the work and I would hang out with my other skateboard friends. Is it cool to be recognized? Is it cool to like receive some credit from it? Yeah, it's cool. But it doesn't come close to the days that I remember where I just had that thing and I could do whatever I wanted with it. Mm-hmm. So now that I'm older and this is like basically my third thing that I'm trying to be good at. Mm-hmm. I don't care if I get paid. I don't care if I get recognized. I just want to be really good at it.
Yeah, because you love it.
That's it.
That's awesome.
So nothing can stop that.
That's awesome.
Except dying.
How old were you when you first started skateboarding?
I think like 12.
And then when did you get really good? Like how many years did you do it before you were like, okay, I'm good at this?
There was a day, it happened in one day. I was like one of the worst skateboarders. I had two twin friends. One was fat and one was obese. And they were
twins. One was fat and one was obese.
Yeah, one was like way fatter than the other one.
That sucks,
but the skinny one was still fat. But
that sucks being the fat twin.
But they were way better than me for the first 3 years that we skated together. And I'm like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, you're a giant fat dude and you're better at skating than me. That's how uncoordinated I am.
Right.
And we would joke like, yeah, man, you're just like not one of those people, I guess. And I was like, I don't care. I love skating, you know? And then I was skating at this new ramp. They made a new big ramp. And when I started going there, the locals beat me up because they didn't like me. Some dude hit me in the back of the head with a skateboard truck. And I was like, what did I do? Like, these people are mean. And I just skated every day and thought about, when my stepmom would make mashed potatoes, I'd make half pipes out of it and do skate lines in it. I was obsessed. Like I could not think about skateboarding all day, every day. And then one day I was skating.
You'd make your mashed potatoes.
I'd carve it like a half pipe and then do imaginary miniature lines in the mashed potatoes.
That sounds fun, though.
Yeah, I was ripping apparently, but a friend of mine was like, "Why don't you try frontside ollies, dude? Like you look like you could do one. That's a trick. Doesn't matter. You don't touch it. It's no hands.
Right.
But he's like, just pose one like above the ramp because it was like I was doing airs like this high, and I posed one, and he was like, dude, you look like you could have made that. And I was like, you think? He's like, it looked like it was stuck on your feet still. So yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, just try and make it. And then I made it. And he was like, dude.
That's awesome.
That's like the highest ollie anyone's ever done on this ramp. Try a higher one. And I was like, yeah, all right. And then I tried like a 4-foot one joking. And it stayed on my feet. And I bailed. And I remember like looking up and he was looking down going, are you... what the fuck was that? And I'm like, did you see that? He's like, yeah, I saw that. What the hell? He's like, dude, try to make that. And I'm like, you think? He's like, it looked like it was stuck on your feet. And then I did that. And then it was just him and I. And we freaked out. And then I did it again. And then I grabbed it. There's a trick, stalefish, and then I grabbed the tail, and then I ollied into a frontside air, and then I ollied into a lean air. So then I ollied into like all these tricks. So I had like 8 new tricks in like 15 minutes.
That's sick.
And then I went the other way and ollied into the other stuff. And then I learned all these new tricks in one day. And within an hour, I was like top 10 in Australia.
That's
And then the next day, this local skate guy, the person that owns a skate shop came. He's like, you ever tried this trick? I'm like, no. He's like, try it. And I did that and I did that. And then like within a week, I was like top 5 in Australia. And then because of that, the confidence of like, I've done like 25 tricks and some of them were first try.
Yeah.
And like a week ago, a dude beat me up for being here. And then that dude was real nice to me after that. And that was like my first
that is crazy when people start treating you better when they see that you're kind of getting good at something.
Which is so gross.
It's so gross.
I hate the thing that we all do. And now it's like on steroids where people that are cool at things on social media where you be like, oh, Carrot Top's a fucking tool. But if you see Carrot Top at a fucking nightclub.
You're like, oh my God, hi, big fan.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's famous.
Yeah,
so
it's gross.
Like this thing where we're just all like, you know, like you let people that do things to underage girls, you let them slide because they're successful and famous. And it's like, you realize this person's a piece of shit, right? Like because they're good at something, you're going to let that slide. So that's where I don't. I switch you off on sight.
Switch you off on site. Well, that was our podcast. We'll end on that. We'll end on that. And you know what, guys? It's not angel's dust.
No, wow. That is the most important thing that you can take from this podcast.
The biggest takeaway is that
if you're going to buy angel dust,
make sure you know.
Don't say, hey, man, do you have any angel's dust? They're going to think that you're a cop.
I learned that at Dare. He hates it. It makes him cringe. It makes him cringe. It's so funny how much you hate it. Okay.
Is.
Well,
did they have a suitcase with all the...
Yeah.
This is marijuana.
Yeah. So this will come out on May 7th. If you have anything you want to promote.
Oh, yeah. Wait, yeah. I mean, thejasonellis.com for all my tour dates. I think Miami. I'm in Florida for May 21st, I think. Who cares? JasonEllis.com, and I'm going to Canada and Australia soon for comedy. But I believe Miami and maybe just Florida. Just go to the website and then you see the dates.
Get your tickets. And what's your show called?
The West Coast Cowboy Tour. Oh, my podcast is called The Jason Ellis Show.
Hell yeah. Go check out The Jason Ellis Show. It's really fun. I've done it.
Yeah, it is fun.
It's a great show. And thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And I will be coming to the Brea Improv on May 14th with Kim Congdon. I will be at Oxnard Levity Live May 15th with Kim Congdon. I will be at the House of Comedy in Detroit May 23rd and May 24th. I'm also coming to Florida, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. Links to that and dates will be confirmed shortly, so be sure to check on my link tree at Princess Shenk on Instagram. And you can find me here every Wednesday, patreon.com/Sara Weinshenk for bonus content.